This is Dan Yeager, your new Leatherface. You're listening to Morbidly Made, where the fans have control.
Officials have declared a state of emergency.
Everybody they kill gets up and kills.
Residents are advised to find a safe place and stay there.
All right, we're the Morbidly Made, and we're back. I am John Rhodes. Along with me is
Michael J.
As always, and we're here to dive into some zombies in a couple seconds here. But up first, I actually want to kind of talk about the last show. Any of you that kind of listened to it had questions about it. It's kind of like that because of the amount of editing that had to take place. Because how would you put it, Mike?
What part of the show are you talking about, sir?
The fan interactive part where I was discussing the show of Cody.
That. Well, there is going to be a piece of that that's going to be the behind-the-scenes segment for this show. So.
Oh, really?
Yes, there is.
All right. And the reason I had to, take a little bit of break, splash some water on my face, and contain myself is because I was a little nervous to interview Dan. So I figured I'll have some liquid courage.
Johnny Boy hit the whiskey a little too hard there.
Yeah, well, I had, I think, 2 glasses through my interview with Dan. I was doing good. We got into it with Cody, and I just was on a roll, and I kept going with Cody and with the drinks. And before I knew it, I was 4 to 6 drinks in, and don't really remember that segment a whole lot.
You were really 4 to 6 drinks in?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Between that,
you're starting to remind me of somebody else that I used to work with who shall remain nameless.
Well, you gotta learn somehow. You gotta calm the nerves, I guess, do whatever. But I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better with interviews. I'm gonna do better with interactive, and I'm gonna do better on not being as belligerent.
Oh well, no, you did fine, sir. You're definitely not at that other person's level, so you're fine.
All right, so today we're going to cover zombies in a little bit, but first and foremost, we have the Contagious Movie of the Week, which was Mike's pick. If he would like to get into that.
I would, and it's a little film called Rites of Spring, which I watched on Netflix Instant because I don't have the DVD, unfortunately. From the beginning, I don't know if I was a little biased or what. I noticed in the opening credits A.J. Bowen is in the film, and from there I was sold because I love A.J. Bowen. I had him on Rabbit in Red when I was on Rabbit in Red. He was on Rabbit in Red twice. Just like a really cool, laid-back, like down-to-earth guy who will talk about really whatever he wants. So it's like I saw that he's in this, and I'm like, that's really awesome. The story was, I don't know about you, John, but for me, it took me a little bit to get into it because I felt that maybe I didn't know what was going on. Because you see, like, these 2 girls in a barn, and they're being tortured by this person, and then you see this other group of people who are committing this robbery, and you wonder where it's going to go and what's happening. Because it's like everything's separate, but then they all seem to merge, like, 50 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing for me, is I was watching it, and I was literally just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, because you had this whole kidnapping ransom story over here, and then you had this whole crazy old guy kidnapping beautiful women and torturing them in his barn, and I was just trying to figure out what the hell was really going on. And to me, it dragged out a little bit too long before everything came together and kind of paid off.
Right, yeah, I'll agree with that. It did drag on a little bit, but I was able to look past it for the most part, I guess, only because probably A.J. Bowen's performance really kind of made me say that this is decent. I mean, if he wasn't in it, would I feel the same way? Probably not.
He was pretty good in it. I mean, I don't really know him. You mentioned that, and I looked him up, and yeah, he was one of the better parts of it. I thought the old guy was pretty good, too, for however long he was in it. He was good at being both kind of creepy, but also came off as remorseful.
Right, but he was very menacing, and I was wondering, too, what were they sacrificing? Like, was that, like, what kind of god was that? And that's another thing, too. When that, in the barn, that cellar thing, when that creature came out of it, what the hell was that, and where did it come from? That's another question that I have.
Well, apparently, this is just me piecing it together. Whatever god or deity or whatever that's allowing them to have such great crops was pretty much being kept in this guy's fruit cellar, for lack of a better term. And he would just kidnap these women in the spring and feed them to him, to the creature. And yeah, I don't know. It was a movie.
Well, there was a nice little splash of nudity in there from the one, which
no, you were definitely right there. That was not a bad part of that movie.
No, that was one of the bright spots, and well, that and A.J. Bowen were the bright spots in an otherwise kind of dull movie. But I guess
it almost seemed kind of like, I don't want to really say it, but almost like an amateur attempt at this, because they spent too much time setting everything up. Whereas, honestly, they could have cut out probably a half hour of that and simply had the confrontation of the kidnappers in the building, the crazy woman come running in covered in blood, and then all hell break loose when the deity's there looking for a sacrifice.
Yeah, it took a little long for the whole deity thing to manifest itself.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like just running, and then all of a sudden this thing comes up from the underground lair, or the underground dwelling, or whatever you want to call it. It took way too long for that to happen. The movie in itself is only like an hour and 23 minutes or 24 minutes, and I don't think you saw the deity until about 47 minutes into it.
Yeah, you only got to see that thing for, like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't even that. He popped up at, like, 47 minutes, but then he wasn't even on screen for the other half hour of the movie. It was, like, spits and spurts of just seeing him, and then that was it.
Yeah, I mean, really, it just kind of seemed like the people took, like, a crime aspect, they took a little bit of Hostel, and they took a little bit of Jeepers Creepers and mixed it in and didn't do so correctly.
Right. No, I think what they should have done was they should have focused on one aspect.
Agreed.
And just left it at that. Like, if you're going to do the deity thing, that's great. Focus on just the deity. That whole side plot of the heist did not even need to be there.
Exactly, and that's why I said you could have just simply started it off with the confrontation, you know, during your credits, and then you get the woman being tortured by the old guy, breaking free, the deity coming after her, and, you know, have the rest of your movie be the basis of these terrible people that are trying to commit this crime and get away with this money, trying to outsmart this deity that's after its sacrifice.
Right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say you'd give this movie? I don't like that.
A 3.
Really?
It wasn't terrible, but
well,
I'm debating
3.
between a 3 and a 4, but I'll go with 3 just because a 4 I might end up and watch again just to, like, was I right on that? Was it really that bad?
You want to, what's the word? You want to validate your 4.
Yeah, and with a 3, no, I have no intentions of watching this again. I won't. So
I'm going to be a little more generous, probably because, you know, I find joy in almost anything. And like I said, A.J. Bowen was my pure joy in this movie. So just for the fact that he's in this film, I'm going to have to give it a 7.
Okay. All right.
And you know what? I'm sure there are some people out there that feel that I would give it a 10. But I can't be that generous, so I'm going to say 7.
That would be ridiculously fucking generous on your part.
Yeah, I can't do that. Even A.J. Bowen is not going to make this a 10 movie for me. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we will get into my pick at the end of the show. Hopefully mine will pan out a little bit better.
Well, we'll find out next week on that one.
Yeah, we'll see. I did watch Mama on opening weekend, and we're going to get into that during the news segment because that was #1 at the box office. So that's a little bit of news, and then I'll give a quick little rundown of that.
Well, I did watch a movie on Friday night that it's probably going to end up as another Contagious movie pick down the line because I want to kind of get into it a little further, a little deeper. But there was a movie, it was released by Image Entertainment this past week. It's called Wake in Fright. It's a 1971 film that stars Gary Bond and Donald Pleasence. And we all know Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis from Halloween.
And the guy you masturbate to.
Well, I used to, not anymore. No, I never did. The whole thing with this is he plays this alcoholic doctor. It's not a psychiatrist, just a medical doctor. And he's just like hangs with this group of really twisted individuals. It takes place in Australia. It's one of the strangest movies I think I've ever seen, and it's probably one of his best performances. And I mean, he's my favorite actor of all time. So I've seen many of his films, and I have not seen him pull off a performance like this since, I mean, this is even more kind of out there than a movie that he did in 1966 for Roman Polanski called Cul-de-sac. He's really just like this mad person he's insane, really. So you definitely have to check it out, and hopefully that'll be a Contagious movie pick down the line, so we'll be able to get into it a little more.
All right, and I also watched one, but ironically, mine was also from Australia. Mine is The Lovely Ones. I really enjoyed that, and at some point that's going to be one of my Contagious movie of the week pick, so we will be able to dive into that one. If you haven't seen it, I suggest it. If you want to partake in the Contagious movie, hold off and watch it when that gets picked.
And then call in and leave a message or whatever and talk to us about it. We want to hear from you guys on these.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. I mean, I understand nobody wanting to talk about the Rites of Spring, obviously.
Yeah.
But past that, we got this whole zombie talk coming up where we want to get into what is your preferred style of zombie. So without further ado, let's just dive right the fuck into this pandemic and fight off some hungry corpses.
Sounds good.
In case of a zombie emergency, a zombie never feels pain. Intimidation is not effective. Violence is the only option to escape alive. If you meet a zombie, follow these options immediately. If it is possible, run. When you get out of range, continue running. If you have a weapon, shoot, preferably in the head. If you have been bitten by a zombie, cut off the infected area, expose the wound to fire, run.
Alright, and we're back, and now the zombie showdown is about to begin with the, I don't know what the hell we're calling this segment, it's
Zombie Talk.
Zombie Talk, exactly. So, without further ado, let's begin.
Alright, well, before we actually dive into it, we've got ourselves some callers. Right now we have Avery, Justine, who's from the pilot, our second caller, or repeat caller, and Cody, our other repeat caller. So thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. Ladies, I say plural because of Mike. He's here too. So
I am certainly a lady.
All right, so Mike, let's start with you, buddy. What is your favorite kind of zombie?
I'm probably going to get shot for this, but I like the good old-fashioned Night of the Living Dead Ramiro zombie, honestly.
Aw, good man.
Now, are you talking like the 1960s or the remake?
1960. Well, the remake is not Ramiro zombie. So
Yeah.
I'm talking 1968, good old Pittsburgh-born Night of the Living Dead. That's what I'm talking about. Yes!
All right. So, Avery, what's your favorite?
I have to agree with Mike because I was originally going to say that also because you just, I don't know, when I was a kid and I first seen that movie, I was kind of terrified of them. They look more realistic than the CGI ones and the kind of Resident Evil ones.
All right, cool. Cody, what do you got for us, buddy?
Oh, I guess Mike stole my answer. I got to go with him on this. The old school Romero zombie, and just more believable. I mean, I never have cared for fast zombies. That really irks me. Like the Dawn of the Dead remake, 28 Days Later. Well, 28 Days Later. That's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, that's kind of a question in itself.
Yeah. I don't really think it's even fair to call either of those films zombie movies.
Okay. Justine, what do you have?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen the original Night of the Living Dead, but...
Oh my god.
Dude, it's not on Netflix.
I'm going to send you a copy. You need to watch it now.
Okay.
One will be in the mail tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes, I will. Oh, don't you worry. I will.
Will you wrap it like a present? Anyway.
Yeah.
But I do like the 90s remake, mainly because that was the first zombie movie I ever watched. I watched it in 10-minute increments because it scared me so much. And then I had trouble sleeping for, like, I swear, a year after that. It was the scariest thing ever. And those, I think those are the best zombies. Traditional, shuffling, they'll eventually get you. They're scary. And more believable.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to break the mold here a little bit, but not quite the same way as everyone's probably thinking as soon as I say that. To me, I like kind of like a realistic aspect. I think that you should have kind of a mix of both, because if you're decaying, you're going to obviously be very slow and shuffling, but if you're fresh, I'm thinking you're going to be moving kind of quick.
Dude, they wouldn't have motor functions, though, or any control over them, really. I don't think they'd be able to run. They might be able to sprint or shuffle very quickly, but...
Yeah, I agree.
Unless they're genetically enhanced, like, I could see Resident Evil zombies happening, because they're really not zombies, per se. They're just, fucked up experiment.
Okay, well, before we get into that, because that's something that's a good point to go off of, my question would be, why do you like these zombies? I mean, to me, I like my choice because it seems logical to me.
Well, see, I don't think it is logical, only because zombies are not meant to move like fast and they're not meant to be in your face. They're meant to be these like slums and slugs of a human being or a former human being that just kind of like mindlessly move about. Like the ones that move fast actually seem like they have motivation or they have like a brain, and that's just not the way. That's not a zombie.
But
Exactly. You're right there, and you get into the whole 28 Days Later aspect.
Avery, why do you prefer those ones?
They look more real, and I don't know, I really don't have a problem with the other kind of zombies, but I've always leaned towards the George Romero original Night of the Living Dead, because that was kind of, to me, where the zombie movie was done first and best.
Okay, all right. And Cody?
Oh, my. I don't even know where to go with this. I gotta say, I'm a real big fan of The Walking Dead, which I'm sure everybody here is. But
Fantastic.
the slow zombies, it just makes more sense. I like to see zombies be more medically accurate in films. You know, once they die, yeah, okay, they can be fast at first, or not faster, but the state, depending on the weather too, if it's cold out, hot out, you know, the winter they're going to freeze, the summer they're going to rot in no time, you know, and that's one thing, like on The Walking Dead, getting back to that, that really bothers me about that. They're in sweltering heat, like in the second season, and, you know, these zombies are not going to last very long. They're going to be falling apart. And they make them feel, you know, like almost like they're in suspended animation.
Okay. Well, that logically brings up the next question, which would be, obviously, what causes zombies, do you think? I mean, we have all these different explanations as to if it's, you know, supernatural, man-made, just a genetic mutation, all kinds of different things out there. What, and your ideal zombie outbreak, would it be?
You know, I almost like it better, like in, again, going back to Romero, I almost like better not knowing. I think it's scarier that way, you know, just like, you know, look in Carpenter's Halloween, you know, I thought that it was a lot scarier in Carpenter's Halloween, not knowing why the killer was going around killing these babysitters, as opposed to the remake where they shoved so much information down your throat and backstory. You know, I think it really took away from it. But yeah, I'd rather not know. I mean, I if I had to choose one, I'd say a virus. I really like the way they've done it on The Walking Dead, going back to that.
Yeah, but also with that, buddy, they don't really explain what it is, even with The Walking Dead. I mean...
Exactly. You know, it's not too much information, you know.
Well, you gotta figure that's realistic as well, because once it, like, said virus, if it was leaked from... Because I imagine it'd be leaked from a government facility. I mean, who else? But it would make sense, because it would start going, and once people actually start figuring out what it does... There's, like, every communications is down, so there's nothing broadcasting saying, hey, this is virus, blah, blah, blah. Like, it makes sense. I don't know. I thought that whole process of them figuring out the virus, it does make sense.
Plus, something like that would spread really quick.
Oh, God.
Would make it really hard to control. God, for me, I actually have to agree that some form of a virus is probably the scariest, and to me it's probably the scariest because it is realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Avery, what do you think?
I don't really know. I just it seems like a lot of the modern movies, a lot of the modern zombie movies lean towards it being a virus or something that happened in like a kind of science lab or something like that. So, I'm definitely going to have to lean towards that as well.
Well, what I'm thinking is why not have, like, one of these things where the big, like, drum or whatever that's usually filled with toxic waste or something gets into the water, and then it just, like, contaminates people.
They kind of did that.
Yeah,
that's
Return to the Living
Cabin
Dead.
Fever.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that then.
What was that?
See, now I thought you were going to reference Night of the Creeps.
No.
No space aliens dropping off the slugs that turn people into zombies. Now, with us strangely in agreement on a lot of things, I have to ask, how do you kill a zombie? Because there are actually different ways, even in all these different zombie films, to kill a zombie.
Shoot him in the head. Double tap.
Zombieland.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the more medically accurate, just take out the brain. Take out the, take out the motor function.
Yeah, shoot him in the head.
Okay. Avery?
Well, the only way I really kind of thought about it was shooting him in the head or possibly even decapitating them.
Well, I've seen movies, though. Decapitation, I mean, if you watch the Living Dead movies and all the Night and Dawn and all that, they'll show severed heads that are still moving or working anyway.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they have less of a chance of biting you, and you have more of a chance of getting away, especially if, like, your gun is running out of ammo. And
He's got a point.
Well, I think we should do kind of like what they did in The Evil Dead. Total body dismemberment.
That would be fun. It's unnecessary, but we could just do that for fun.
Yeah, I just want to see the blood fly all over the place. Just get a chainsaw.
Now, see, that also brings up a problem, because if it's a virus, then you're just spreading the virus everywhere.
Well, not really, because it only spreads if there's like a cut on the person that's doing the chainsawing and the blood gets inside a body orifice.
It's kind of like AIDS. But instead you turn into a zombie.
Yes. Zombie AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
All right. Well,
hey, that would be a good title for a film right there.
The worst STD you can get.
Well, for me, I don't know, because it really depends on what kind of zombie, but to me, I mean, you either gotta fucking shoot them in the head, burn them, decapitate them, pretty much just completely destroy them, because they are such a dangerous predator.
Unless, they could have a thing where you kill the head zombie, and then that turns everybody else back human.
Yeah, that would be really fucking gay.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I'm glad you said it, John.
Yeah, sorry, not gonna really stand for that, because that'd be way too fucking Walt Disney.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Wait, they don't do that in House of Dead? Or House of the Dead?
Oh, okay. So, this is actually kind of one of my guilty pleasures. I actually like House of the Dead.
You are a terrible person.
First it was the Nightmare remake. Now it's...
Right?
What is your problem?
Well, look, here's my thing. I'm not going to defend it and say it's a great movie, because it's definitely not. But to me, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and you can sit back and laugh at it. Pretty much what I like out of it is definitely not the acting, it's not the effects. It's kind of like the direction and how cheap it is, and I know it's terrible. I just enjoy it for some unknown reason.
I feel like beating myself in the skull repeatedly with a shovel right about now.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come
I
on,
want
Mike.
to write them angry letters because their movie was so terrible.
Mike,
And they made a sequel.
I know! He keeps trying to get me to watch it. It's not going to happen.
I will freely admit that the sequel is not as good. Now,
It's not as good, so it's like, that means it's even worse, which means I definitely do not want to watch that.
Come on, at least the sequel had Sid Haig in it.
I'm sure that didn't save it. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it didn't save it.
Mike, you need to watch it. It's I thought it was better than the first. Not saying it's a good film by any means at all.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good film. I'm just saying for whatever reason, I enjoy it. I think all of us have that little guilty pleasure that we're not really proud of, but we still watch it. Just
Halloween 6. Halloween 6.
I heard that, Cody.
Hey, you remember though, Mike, I'd be saying that I am the guy who doesn't like tattoos, yet has a thorn symbol tattooed on his wrist.
And see, that's just a bit too fanboy for me.
Actually, that you can edit this out. that was my bachelor party here a couple of years ago down at Bill Street in Memphis. Yeah, that was right up there with The Hangover, man.
Well, see, that was my whole fanboy thing. That's a joke, because if anybody actually looks closely at my Facebook picture, I have a belly rocker that says, "What would Bruce Campbell do?"
Oh my! I was wondering what that was.
Yep, WWBCD.
I was just afraid to click on it.
All right, so getting back on topic with the whole zombie thing,
All right. I think we should talk about what the worst zombie movie.
You just want to talk about that, young lady, because you want to bash House of the Dead.
House of the Dead.
Well, yeah, besides that, because we've all established that that movie's terrible.
Okay, I'll throw one out here, guys, that isn't House of the Dead for worst zombie movie. And a lot of people aren't going to like this probably, but I'm going to say 28 Days Later, and not because I don't think it's a good film, because I find it watchable, but again, it's not technically a zombie movie.
I really think they were.
And it was promoted as one.
Either.
Honestly, yeah, I do agree with you there.
I like.
Yeah,
the movie,
I don't know.
See, that's like an actual virus there. I'm not gonna lie, I forget how it all happened. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Fucking PETA. That's how it happened. Fucking PETA.
God damn PETA. See, this is why they should just shut up and eat meat.
All right, Avery, what do you have for the worst zombie film out there?
I'm gonna have to go with Land of the Dead. I like the movie, but I kind of feel like it could have been improved at some parts. I think that's the one where they have zombies walking in the water.
Yeah, it is. Mike, what do you have besides House of the Dead, fucker?
Dude, it's a bad movie. What can I say? It's really, 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 really. I can't say enough reallys, but it's really bad.
All right. That can be your pick then. All right.
Yeah, it's got to be my pick. There's nothing worse than that movie. Okay, continue.
Justine?
I'm sitting here racking my brain for other terrible zombie movies that I did not enjoy.
House of the Dead 2.
And I haven't seen it yet. See, and I can't. House of the Dead just keeps popping up, but I know there's got to be something else out there. I can't talk. But there's got to be something out there that sucks too. But I don't know. House of the Dead is winning.
All right. I'm going to go in a different direction than everybody. Survival of the Dead. And I put that one out there because it's fucking Romero.
Well, you didn't like the whole found footage aspect of it, right? Is that the whole thing?
No. That's Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, that's Diary.
Survival of the Dead is his god-awful following of it with, like, these crazy people on an island, and then these soldiers come on, and it's honestly an embarrassment to the rest of his zombie movies.
But it's Romero.
And that's what made it so fucking bad, is because he's already done it. He's set the precedent. He's made fucking epic and classic zombie movies, and then he pumps out this piece of shit.
But the guy's like, 80? He's probably got Alzheimer's, you know? It's just like just like Grandpa sitting back there, you know? They can't hear anything you say, you know? It's like, yeah, sure, Grandpa, okay, yeah, whatever, yeah, you know?
Now, I can see where a lot of people would want to say I should give him respect because of what he's done. And I do. I love the guy, and I respect the hell out of him. Actually, once we're done here tonight, I'm so pumped I'm probably going to buy Dawn of the Dead and definitely going to watch that shit tonight. But Survival of the Dead, I actually want to exclude that from his zombie movies.
Do you think that Romero is at a point where, I mean, maybe he should just hang it up and say, you know, I've had a great career, but maybe it's time for me to just stop?
No. You know why?
No.
Because if I'm him, fuck you, I'm going to keep making zombie movies because I'm going to keep making money.
Well, and keep doing what you love as long as you can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I'm Romero and I want to fucking do it, nobody's got the right to tell me no.
If he can still get work, you know, and get paid to do basically whatever he wants, you know, as far as his film career goes, you know, more power to him.
Exactly.
Oh, it could be all a ploy. He could pump out a new movie in the next year or so before he dies, and it's going to be like the best of his zombie movies ever. So he could just be, you know, fucking with us.
I doubt he's fucking with us, but God, I pray he pumps out an amazing film.
Honestly, I don't think he has time to fuck with us. So.
Now, Avery actually put something up on Facebook that got me really excited, and then once I kind of actually took a chance to look at it, I was saddened. But last night, Avery... What's that?
The fact that Zombieland 2 is never going to happen.
Oh.
No, I was actually talking about, I'm pretty sure it was you that put up the Dad of the Dead fake poster.
That's not happening. That's bullshit. I want that to happen.
Right? How awesome would that be? Robert Englund as George Romero?
That would have been fucking killer.
Yeah, agreed. I think all of us would watch that.
Well, yeah, because it's Robert Englund as George Romero.
Well, nobody cares about Robert Englund.
Oh,
but...
you suck a dick.
Well, yeah, that coming from the person that loves the Nightmare remake, of course nobody cares about Robert. Well, you don't care about Robert.
No.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Just because I like the remake does not mean that I don't hold the original in high regard. Because nothing touches that. That is classic.
Exactly.
I mean, the remake is a good film by itself, but compared to the original, it does not stand up.
Oh, my.
We need to do a complete show on Nightmare the Original versus Nightmare the Remake because I could... Oh, God. But we can't do that here. We have to stick with the zombies thing.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Okay.
Zombies.
Well, since we covered worst zombie film, what is the absolute best zombie film out there?
Night of the Living Dead 68. It was the first that I've seen. I think that's the best one.
Okay.
Because without that, you'd have nothing else. So continue.
Oh, that's a good, valid point.
I think we're all thinking of Night of the Living Dead on that question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, you know what? Fuck you all, Dawn of the Dead. Not
The original or the remake?
The original.
The original? Okay. I'll go with that.
That was just such terrible makeup.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, it does not matter to me because I don't know why, but that is leaps and bounds above any zombie movie to me. I just love that movie. It's fucking epic, and oh god, it's just so good. I can't even put words around it. It's like Mike just trying to describe Halloween 6.
It's an awesome movie. Don't get me wrong, but nothing beats Night of the Living Dead 1968, dude. Nothing.
Really? Because you know that whole segment that we've been talking about? I have a certain zombie movie that's on there.
You do?
Yeah, I just fucking mentioned it.
Was the Night of the Living Dead remake good? The one that Tom Savini did?
Yeah, that was actually pretty decent.
It was fucking awesome.
I actually totally agree with that. I think it was really good because it was well done. The effects were amazing because obviously it was Savini. And the story was very true to the original. Overall, I love that movie, honestly.
Scariest one to me.
All right, so we've got into this. What is the scariest zombie that you guys have seen? Now, we've talked about best, we've talked about worst film, we've talked about best film, but if you were to meet this one, which one would make you shit your pants because you are so damn scared of this thing?
Oh, I hate to have to say this. I really do. It brings me great pain to say this, but I'm going to say the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh.
And I'm not a huge fan of that film, but it just because the zombies are so much more threatening in it.
The fact that they can run.
Yeah, they're fast, and like you said, it's almost like they have reasoning.
Okay, that's an excellent answer. I mean, we're not talking about film. We're talking about scary-ass zombie. That's a good answer.
I'm not even sure I'd be afraid of a zombie, to be truthful. I don't know.
How could you?
Hey, what about a 28 days later zombie, though? You know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have a cut or not. Like that, puking up blood everywhere.
I mean, that 28 days later zombie, that's right up there with about as close as you can get to reality. I mean, bath salt.
Oh God,
yeah. See, I'm going to disagree with you there with my choice, Quarantine. The zombies from Quarantine. Now, you can debate as if it's a zombie or not. I don't even really want to get into that. But to me, they are scary as shit.
Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. That's the first appearance of Zombie Jason. That counts.
He is not a fucking zombie.
That is the first appearance of Zombie Jason. It counts.
Does he eat fucking people?
He kills people. It counts.
He doesn't fucking eat them.
Zombies eat people, dude. That's...
Well, they technically don't eat people. They just eat their brains, so...
No, No.
Well, not all of them. I
See,
mean,
you've seen it.
Yep.
They gnaw on their fleshy bits.
Yeah, see,
Not just brains.
that's a misconception right there that I want to fucking clear up, all right? Now,
Clear
the
it up.
brains, Return of the Living Dead. Past that, they just fucking ate people or anything. If you watch the original Night of the Living Dead, they're eating worms, anything.
Yeah.
And another misconception, a lot of people want to credit newer films for running zombies. Complete and utter bullshit. Watch Return of the Living Dead. They run.
No, they move fast. I don't think they run.
No, you watch that ambulance scene, they run right up and take everyone out, and then they actually, I don't know if it's that scene or a previous one, where they call for more cops. See, that's
oh
one
yeah, that was the original. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's one of the things I don't like. My zombies should not fucking talk. All right, that doesn't. No, I don't like that. Once they get talking or starting to remember like motor functions and using tools or weapons or stuff like that, you're humanizing them too much, and you take away from the scary for me. And
I agree 100%.
I like the idea of a person stripped down to their bare core, where they are nothing more than something that is driven to eat you. That is scary.
Animal instinct. Yes.
Yeah. But once you make them start talking or grunting or communicating in any way and then starting to use things like a normal person, no. You're making
humanizing them, giving them a reason,
And you can figure there's really no way that they would be able to evolve because their brain is rotting and deteriorating, so there's no fucking way.
Mike, you still didn't answer a scary zombie.
Fine, I guess Jason Voorhees from Friday 6 doesn't count.
No, it does not.
That's disappointing. I don't know. I don't know if I really have as scary as zombie.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, before we really get into this next one, it's hard to even really express because I know we're all going to agree on this because we wanted to talk about it, best filmmaker for zombies. So I'm gonna actually have to go slightly outside the box here, but I'm gonna let everyone else go because I'm willing to bet they're all going to say the same guy, and I'm purposely not going to say the same guy just because I want to be different.
You're not unique.
I am a special snowflake. There's
Special snowflake.
So yeah, Romero.
Sam Raimi for Evil Dead. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Okay, I respect you that much more.
Romero.
Yeah, I could go with Raimi.
Okay, now I agree. Raimi's amazing. He's pretty much the Godfather. He's the one that took him from the whole voodoo curse thing into this just mystical corpse that ate people. But
hang on a second, sir. I said he's the best. I wouldn't say I would still say Romero is the grandfather.
Oh, absolutely.
But Raimi is, he really elevated it to another level. That's why.
Well, yeah, kind of like comparing Hitchcock to Carpenter,
Right.
No, I am not going to refuse that in the least. In fact, you know how much I love him. We just mentioned my tattoo. I am all about the fucking Evil Dead. It is my absolute favorite film of all time, regardless of anything else.
Yes.
But I will dispute the whole fact that they are zombies. They're not. They're deadites. They're possessed by Kandarian demons.
Yep.
Whether that results in a zombie, I don't know. Okay? But past that and getting into that whole argument, my answer, Paco Plaza, the guy who made the Wreck films. Okay, so nobody watches Spanish movies.
Hey, I've seen it.
I watched the first one.
Cody, Avery, either of you guys seen any of these?
No.
Yeah. In unison.
Well, what decade were they made in?
That was 2000, I think, right? Like in the 2000s?
Well, the first Wreck came out in 2007. Rec 2 came out in 2009. Rec 3, I believe.
Oh, Wreck. Yes, of course.
Okay, yeah, Rec 3 came
Still
out.
haven't seen them, but I'm aware of them.
Yeah, 2012, and they've got another one coming out. Honestly, I love those fucking films. They're scary. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The quarantine zombies scared me more. Just the way these films are done, I don't know. There's really something about them. I think they're great. Honestly, I think a lot of people need to pay a lot more attention.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'll have to watch the other ones. Because like I said, the first one was decent, I thought, so I'll give them a shot.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
First time not everyone's trying to bash on John.
Well,
Yeah,
because first time you ever named a good movie. Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
Ouch.
Maybe everyone just needs to give the films that I'm saying are good another chance.
House of the Dead is terrible. It's never going to
terrible.
Never
It's
going to
terrible,
give that
but
another
it's fun.
chance.
It's a fun movie.
No, it's not even fun. It's angry and it makes me mad.
Is that the one with Ellie Cornell from Halloween 5?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
She also has a cameo in the second one.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay, here's maybe my thing. I'm huge into directors. I'm huge into shots. And I thought a lot of that was really ambitious. And I liked it. Now, people may want to crucify me because I'm actually saying that Uwe Boll had good direction. And trust me, this is the only film that I will say that. I think it is because it's his first, and I think it's because he was so ambitious with different ideas and just trying to make it cool. Granted, he didn't succeed, but I honestly want to say that's probably why I enjoy it so much.
Dude, Uwe Boll makes movies for one reason. For a tax break. He said it. I hate that gentleman.
I kind of like the guy. But that's just because I'm the kind of guy that likes things that nobody else likes. I think it's fucking cool that for publicity for one of his movies, everyone that hated him, he challenged to a boxing match. How fucking cool is that?
Well, it's different, I'll give you that. And, you know, he probably just wanted to get his ass kicked or something.
Actually, he kicked almost everybody's ass. So, granted, the one guy from Cracked, which is pretty much a trained MMA fighter, beat the living shit out of him. You can actually look that up on YouTube. He has quite a few of the boxing matches on there. But moving past German filmmakers and how god-awful 99% of their movies are, which if you haven't seen Postal, please check it out. It's really fucking funny.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody likes an Uwe Boll movie. Sorry, that made me lose track of where
I'm sure it did, yeah. Jesus.
Come on, Mike. Keep it together. Keep it together, buddy. Just focus yourself. Halloween 6, Donald Pleasance. Come on. Focus.
Well, don't do that. I'll get crying.
Quick, somebody get this man his inhaler.
Oh.
All
right. So since Justine brought it up, and she's our first ever repeat caller, how do you survive a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, man. You wear tight clothes, and, dude, there's...
Wait.
Okay, no, there's an entire fucking list of things you need to do, okay? There's an entire fucking list. I'm trying to... Because I had the zombie survival guide.
Ooh.
Shush. I make a plan all the time. But there's just certain aspects, there's things you need to follow, there's just... Knives don't run out of bullets. Remember that. And learn how to use a bow.
Remember that knives don't run out of bullets.
Yeah.
Since I'm not fucking retarded, I'm pretty sure I can get that down.
Yes, exactly. So saying knives are good. But, oh god. Dude, this would take an entire episode. I can't get into this. Sorry. It's detailed. Sorry.
All right, well, Avery, you've been quiet for a little bit. Would you like to Would you like to go off from this one?
I really don't know how I would survive a zombie attack personally. I don't own any guns. So I guess my method would just be like going to an abandoned building in town and just like boarding it up and stuff with my friends. There's actually a quiz on Facebook that says how long would you survive a zombie apocalypse, and I took it recently, and I lived forever. So.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure I've taken the same one, and you actually beat me because I got the next one down where I'd outlived. I think it said 90% of the zombies, but in the end, something would get me. So, congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, past that. Cody, how would you survive?
Oh, about the same thing I do every day.
Drink
Hell,
some
I live
beers
out in the
and shoot
woods,
some
man.
guns?
I'd stay out of urban areas. I'd stay out in the woods, hopefully have a lot of ammo stockpiled, and sit here and just watch everybody else get eat.
All right. Michael J., what
Yeah,
you got
well,
for us, buddy?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let the zombies overtake me because look, there's no use in me trying to run away because it's just not gonna happen. So
No. See, here's the thing. As I was actually just thinking about this, and you know what you could do?
what could I do?
You could find El Rey, and he could make you a badass set of gun legs.
Gun legs.
Oh, man, that is exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, but see, that's no fun. Then I actually have to try to fight to live. So.
Come on, Mike, you got to.
Well, I don't know. All right, I'll give that a shot. I'll probably live like maybe 1 or 2 days like that, and then I'll be dead. Okay.
All right, well, I guess I'll be the asshole that actually goes a little bit into detail. I'm going to find slightly a nice place that's pretty well barricaded, probably my town's jail. I do own guns, not many, but hopefully enough. I'm not gonna put on tight clothing like a whore. However, once in the jail, hopefully I can find some of the riot gear, something like that to help protect me. And then you just gotta really pray to God they have some provisions in there. If not, you've got to figure out how to get out and get that.
Somebody's stealing from The Walking Dead. Okay, but we'll continue.
Oh, no. Fuck you, because I had that idea before. Now, granted, they probably did it before in the comic book.
Yeah.
But honestly, can you think of a better place to be?
Not really. But if you were hungry, why don't you just chop off your arm and eat yourself? Just eat. You know what I mean? You could eat your arm, eat a leg.
Mostly
I don't eat these legs that much.
Exactly.
I'm more concerned about killing other people and staying alive instead of chopping myself up to try and stay alive.
Well, then how about this? I'll sacrifice myself so that you can live.
I will take it.
Okay, good.
I mean, I can't even say that I'd really cry for you, but I would appreciate the gesture. All right?
Well, that's good.
And I would take a note from your book, and every day on your birthday, I would I'd get a little cupcake and a candle, and I'd sing happy birthday to you.
That's wonderful.
See, I actually listened to the episodes.
That's good. You'd have to do it on February 2nd, too, and October 5th to commemorate Donald, too, so do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'd be dead, so it wouldn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. Not exactly like you're going to come back.
No.
Because you'd be in my stomach.
Can you imagine if they made a zombie movie in the future where zombies actually were slender and just pop up randomly? It'd be terrible.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. Why would you tell me something like that?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't want to talk about the next Ang Lee film.
Oh, no. Dude, Slender Man scares the shit out of me. I'm sorry. And I zombies in there, and now... Oh, how am I going to sleep at night? Thanks.
All right, well, let's stay a little bit focused. We got a couple zombie movies coming out. Well, no, I lied. Pretty much one, and I'm not going to lie, I'll probably see it, but it doesn't look like a good zombie movie. So my question to everybody is, can zombies fall in love and turn human again? Yeah, I went there.
No.
But it's so cute.
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance because it seems like a halfway original synopsis. So, and plus the blonde chick in it, the female lead was the super hot chick from Take Me Home Tonight, which was an awesome 80s tribute movie.
Thank you. See, Mike, you gotta watch that movie. It's a good movie.
I will. I definitely will. I want to.
Yeah, we were actually talking about her, and I was telling him how much that's actually a good movie.
Oh yes, absolutely. But I'm kind of partial to 80s movies and any movies that pay tribute to them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am too.
I like how they cast the kid from That 70s Show in a movie about the 80s.
Yeah, that was nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably actually gonna watch it in theaters. It doesn't look great, and it doesn't look like a good zombie film, but it might be entertaining. I don't know.
It looks like it'll be fun. I don't know.
And if it's not fun, hopefully it's funny. It's got what's his name, Mike? You love him.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
No. Shit, no. Please. Ugh. I don't know who is in it. I don't even.
Rob Corddry, right?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, right. That guy. He's funny as fuck. Okay, good.
God, I toss you a fucking bone so you can go off on something and hopefully it's funny, and you do nothing with it.
Well, no, I think he's funny, but he's not one of my favorite funny people.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, 4 words. 4 words there, Mike.
Yes.
Hot tub time machine.
Exactly. Great movie.
It really is. But I think we're getting a little off subject again, and I really don't want to have a lot of rambling on different subjects, just because I want to stay focused and I want to avoid what other shows do.
Thank God you said you finished that sentence with on different subjects.
Yeah. No, because I actually like Hot Tub Time Machine too. Pretty sure everyone here loves The Walking Dead, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mike?
I like the first season. Second season, not so much. This season kind of is better, so we'll see.
Oh, okay. Can we all agree that this has pretty much changed the game? And when I say that, I'm not talking about zombies in general. I'm talking about kind of like horror in the mainstream.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll go with that 100%.
Now, with that being tossed out there, there's a lot of talk about getting more stuff out like that just because it's doing so well. So, is anyone actually interested in watching the rumored Zombieland TV series?
No.
Well, considering that you're only going to be able to see it on Amazon, which I think that's a little bit of a mistake. I really do. I think that you have to put it out there on a more valid network. But I don't know if it's going to work as a TV series. It doesn't seem like it'll work in that format.
Well, see, I actually got a couple things on that. Now, for Amazon, I think that's really ambitious. I like it. I really think that's where a lot of things are going to end up going in the future. But I have to kind of agree. They're using what Zombieland was just to kind of make money. And no cast is returning. So pretty much they're probably going to remake the movie in the first couple episodes and then try and continue it. And to me, I don't think it'll work as a TV series.
I mean, plus you already have Walking Dead. And I mean, Zombieland is just kind of like a funnier Walking Dead, basically.
Yeah, most likely, probably what they're going to try and shoot for is like a Shaun of the Dead TV series, where it's funny and there's zombies and it's got these wacky characters, but they're from America because it's Zombieland, and one's all quirky and got lists about this and that, and I just don't think that it's actually going to pan out and be all that good. Will I check it out? I might.
You know who would actually make a really good, like, funny zombie sitcom? Adam Green and Joe Lynch. Because think about Holliston, dude. Think about, like, zombies, but with Holliston.
I actually don't know. My brain can't comprehend that.
It would be...
Two zombies living together.
Well, okay, not like that, but that would be
The dead
fucking
couple.
cool. Actually, no, that...
Yeah, the dead couple. That's a good one.
That might actually be entertaining.
Like a legit zombie sitcom. Zombies living in the world today, facing the same problems that we face.
Except...
Oh no! My hair, it's falling out!
Next on Ugly Americans.
Oh,
No.
good point.
I feel a TGIF resurgence coming on.
What?
All right. Well, we dived into that section. So, what do we think about bringing humor into the zombie subgenre?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
There's a point. If you take it too far, it's not as good.
Okay, so where is that point, though, Mike?
House of the Dead. No.
I'm going to hold back the profanity. I'm remaining professional.
It's okay. You can say it.
Fuck you!
Yeah, that's right.
Swear.
I mean, Shaun of the Dead, I think, was like the cutoff. If you go more stupid than that, I think you're in trouble.
Okay.
I kind of think, to an extent, it could work, but it's kind of like the slasher genre. It would work in the comedy would work in Scream, but it really wouldn't work in Halloween. So it really depends how it's written and how it's done.
Very good answer, sir.
You know, I'm going to say I was pleasantly surprised by Zombieland. But that being said, I think some of the comedy in zombie movies is just like Shaun of the Dead. I mean, we haven't seen sequels to either of those films, and I really do believe there's a reason. You know, it's kind of like a one-hit wonder thing. Really, where do you go from on that? You know.
No, I agree. I think you kind of are able to hit good, and you're really funny. You bring up some original stuff, but I think it's kind of hard to continue down that road. Now, for me, Mike brought it up, so I want to reference Evil Dead 2. A lot of people love that one because it does bring in the slapstick humor. To me, it is not a zombie film. I've already said that. But to me, I think that one kind of ruined what the original was. And not really ruined in a bad way, but just took away from the original. Went in a different venue. I mean, to me, out of the trilogy, that is my least favorite.
Yep.
However, Zombieland nailed it. To me, Zombieland was perfect. I thought that was funny as hell. Well, my glass is dry, so let's start to wrap this up.
Zombies don't talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is
Right.
definite. Zombies do not talk.
Well, unless they blink.
Okay, that is the only thing that I will forgive for zombies talking is brains.
And that really you could call Return of the Living Dead. You could almost call that just put it. You could almost throw it right in the same category as Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead. You know, adding that humor aspect, and you know, arguably Return of the Living Dead too. You know, it wasn't nearly as good a film as the original.
True
Definitely
that.
wasn't as successful, but it's kind of like, you know, lightning striking. You know, when it comes to comedy and zombie films, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason that it seems to only work once.
Yeah, I mean, the first Return of the Living Dead was really good, and I think they had a really good balance between actually trying to be scary and some of the humor. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Zombieland, my favorite part of that movie is Emma Stone. I'm not sure if anyone agrees, but
Yes.
she's like my favorite character.
I don't know my favorite part. Her character was really good, but favorite part is probably the conclusion of it. I mean, you can't really beat that.
Bill Murray to death.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
I saw it coming a mile away, but damn, I still loved it.
Yeah, it was still good. All right, we pretty much beat this corpse to death again, for lack of a better term. So
Yes.
I'd like to thank Justine for calling us again, Cody for calling us again, and Avery, I'd love to give a shout out to you for all the support of being such a big friend to the show and for actually calling in today.
No problem.
Yes, our pleasure.
Everyone, thank you so much, and hopefully we covered the zombie talk good enough for everyone.
It's time for another Morbidly Made behind the scenes. In this clip from the Texas Chainsaw 3D discussion, John breaks up, literally, and admits to Cody that he may have had a little too much to drink. Let's listen.
It's kind of in your face, and it puts a whole spin. Cody, do you agree with that? Do you think that this kind of redefines level, or what are your thoughts on it?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up for like the last 10 seconds.
Oh, shit. I wasn't even aware. Okay.
Editing.
Yeah. Don't worry. You won't hear this in the actual show. What did you think, Cody, of it? Because, I might have been a little too drunk to make it a good conversation, but it was a decent conversation back and forth.
Hey, I'm right with you, man.
Yeah. I think we had some good points made, so thank you very much for coming on.
I'm a doctor of medicine and a tramp by temperament. I'm also an alcoholic.
All right, and we're back, but before we move on, I want to address our fan in Malaysia. I'm afraid to butcher his name, so I'm just going to call him Dan. Dan wrote us and said the first zombie movie he watched was when he was 8 years old. It was a remake of Dawn of the Dead, and it really showed him that zombies could be scary. Now, here's the cool thing, to me at least. Dan actually agrees with me. He's been watching a lot of zombie movies, but the best zombie movie to him is Wreck. Now, he says that's actually the reason he likes to watch found footage movies, because you get all these great jump scares, the gory zombie-eating people scenes were like an oh my god moment for him. And the actual zombie design was really good, he says. He really enjoyed the fact that with the found footage, it feels like you're put into the scene with the zombies suddenly just popping out and attacking at you right in front of the camera. So thank you, Dan, for sending us that information. And maybe at some point we'll stay up late enough to get you on or something.
Yeah, that would actually be really neat, but I don't know well, I do know the time difference because we did check into it, but I don't remember at this point.
Yeah, 13 hours, I do believe, but I believe he said before kind of the issue was actually calling to the United States is somewhat limited on his side, so yeah.
Well, maybe at some point we can make it happen.
I think that'd be really cool.
Definitely. Well, in terms of news, before we get into the major news topics of the day, there's something that I wanted to bring up that I saw. This is maybe from like a week and a half ago, but it was kind of disturbing to me.
Okay.
It's kind of like a true life horror story, so to speak. It's
okay, so it's not about a horror movie.
No. This is true to life. It's
okay.
This. I forget the exact location, but this this guy actually murdered or he didn't murder his father, but he dug his father up. Or no, he didn't dig the father up. I'm sorry. He stole the corpse from the mortuary, from the funeral home, and he brought it home, and he was trying to make it like his father was still alive.
That's some creepy ass shit.
Yeah. He was. I think they charged him with something. For being a grave robber. I guess.
Yeah, something along those lines. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird, to say the least. And if I had the article in front of me, which I don't, maybe I should have, this would have been a little more...
Yeah, next time be prepared.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's a problem that I have, I guess. But
well, we are very professional on this show, and I demand that you are 100% prepared.
Extremely. I mean, I don't know what my problem is. My head is just somewhere else today, I guess. Probably up my ass, but that's another story. So in other news, The Evil Dead and the Lords of Salem officially have their ratings. Wow.
All right.
Okay, well, as of today, we're recording this January 29th, so as of today, The Evil Dead is rated R for strong bloody violence and gore, some sexual content, and language. And this opens April 12th. Now, do you feel that we will see an unrated cut on DVD and Blu-ray?
You know that there's absolutely going to be one because the first submission got an NC-17, so that's the one that the director and the producers wanted to put out. Plus, you know these guys make so much more money by putting out a new edition as soon as it comes to DVD and Blu-ray.
Right. And now, do you think that, what's the word? So basically, you think that this is going to be a balls-to-the-wall deal, and basically there's no fucking around. We're getting blood and gore, all this. Do you think that it will be better than the original film?
Oh, no. But to me, I don't think many things are ever going to live up to the original. But, you know, the original Evil Dead is my Halloween 6 to you. It is my absolute favorite film ever. So there's just so many different things to that movie that I don't think it can be better. Now, are we talking as a film-wise, technically, story-wise, and all that, acting? I'd be willing to bet, yeah. But for me, it's probably not going to be. Am I super excited about it? Absolutely. I mean, Mike and anyone that is following me on Facebook can actually tell that I'm really freaking excited about this movie.
Yeah, you are. You're almost obsessed with it. To some level, I believe.
Okay, I'm not even going to lie. I actually found out that it was playing at South by Southwest Film Festival as the world premiere, and looked up prices of the tickets to attend it, and then prices to fly there.
Yeah, that's
I'm not doing it because it's really freaking expensive, but it did cross my mind.
That's a crazy fan for you. But you know what? I can't say that I would not do the same. Had I, if I were to find out that Halloween 6 was playing at, like, let's say they did a Halloween 6 Memorial Day, and, they had, like, a special 15th anniversary screening, or actually, no, we're past that, 17th anniversary screening this year.
17th anniversary? Really?
September 29th will be the 17th anniversary of Halloween 6.
Wow.
Yes. So... Yeah, but I would definitely fly there to see it if I could. Now, also, the Lords of Salem got an R rating for disturbing, violent, and sexual content, graphic nudity, language, and some drug use.
No, wait. I have a question before you even move on. Disturbingly violent sexual content. Was there a comma in there anywhere?
Disturbingly violent and sexual content.
Okay.
Okay. So that means that there's a lot of disturbing violence. Now, does that also mean that the sex is disturbing?
I don't think so. I just think that they're saying there's a great deal of sexual content in this.
I watched the trailer. I did a running audio commentary over the trailer before. To me, and maybe I can pull that audio at some point. It is kind of funny, but I don't get it. Maybe it's just because I'm stupid. Maybe the movie is supposed to be very smart, but I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
Well, from everything I'm getting, it seems like they allowed Zombie to pretty much run wild and do what he wanted, and all reports that I've read and kind of the feel I get from the trailer is it's very artsy, it's very 70s, it's very Italian. So that's kind of what I'm going in expecting. So
you're saying that Rob Zombie is making a modern day, I believe it's called, is it Giallo?
Giallo?
Yeah, I think that's, yes. Yeah. So he's making a modern day one of those films.
Very possibly. I mean, that's just what I kind of gathered from reading it.
I gotta say, I am not really impressed. I mean, no, I'm not saying that I love Giallo film. Like, I like that type of filmmaking. It's very good. But, I don't know. I don't see Rob Zombie making a movie like that. It just doesn't feel...
Well, I think Halloween 2 kind of proved that he can kind of start to go into that weird realm. But, I mean, the subject matter alone has me interested enough. I mean, there hasn't been a really good witch movie in a long time. So, I'm definitely willing to give this a shot.
Well, wait, have you seen Paranormal Activity 3? Yes. Well, do you not remember that Paranormal Activity 3, it turned out that the whole thing was a witch's coven, and you saw the witches.
See, I just took that more as like a cult thing.
Yeah, but it was I mean, I took it as a coven because they were like a bunch of witches, I thought, you know.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know. When I say like a witch's film, I mean like, you know, the classic witch, the hideous face and all that, and dark magic. That's just what I'm kind of envisioning.
All right, well, here's something on another remake that got pushed back to October 18th. It was originally going to come out in March. The Carrie remake. Now, I have a problem. Because they're doing this viral crap. And I don't think that it's necessary, unfortunately. I don't.
Now, what don't you like about their viral campaign?
Because on their Facebook page for the movie, they're posting a physical education report card for Carrie. And here's a major problem for me. They're saying that Carrie's full name, it's not Carrie White, it's Carrie Etta White. Why are they calling her Carrie Etta? I want to get the book to see if Stephen King referred to her as Carrie Etta, because if he did, I won't have a beef. But
I actually don't know. That is one of the few novels of his that I have not read.
Well, now I want to read it because I want to find out. Because I see Carrie Etta White, and it makes me think of Henrietta from Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. I think it was around Halloween they put up a viral where they gave a number, and my girlfriend actually called it, and it was really cool because what they ended up doing is they played a clip from the movie, right. And it just plays out like somebody calls her, and then you can hear her talking to you, and then all of a sudden you hear her mom in the background, and that was just a really cool glimpse. I enjoyed that.
Well, that does seem interesting, but I don't think we need to go to the point where you're going to post a gym report card. I think that's a little stupid, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. I agree.
And I don't know if you heard about this, but Stephen King's Under the Dome is being made into a miniseries for TV.
I thought I read something about that.
I started reading this book. I have this book. I started reading it. It's a very long book. It's well over 1,000 pages. I'm looking at it right now, but I can't tell by the thickness exactly how many pages it is. But it is a hardback, so I would say if I were to beat myself repeatedly in the skull with it, I would probably get a concussion or die or something. So
that's a good way of measurement.
Yes, exactly. It's a 13-episode adaptation of the Stephen King novel, and Jolene Purdy, I have no idea who the hell she is, and
no
Nicholas
idea.
Strong are joining the cast, which includes Britt Robertson, have no idea who you are. Alex Koch, I don't know who you are either. Natalie Martinez, she's probably Hispanic, and Colin Ford.
Probably.
Yeah. And Colin Ford, I don't know, your last name sounds like a car. According to Deadline, Purdy will play a brilliant, eccentric engineer. I don't really care. At a radio station, who cares? She has unique skills. Okay, you can be an engineer at a radio station and have unique skills. Okay. That sounds strange.
Right.
Contact, whatever. So wait. Alright, so wait. I'm just coming to grips with this because like I said, I didn't read the whole book. I read maybe like the first 50 pages or so, and then I just put it down. It's called Under the Dome, so does that mean that like a dome gets put over a town and they can't get out of it?
Yeah, and the majority of it's them trying to figure out the mystery of what the hell happened, why they're closed off, and all that.
Okay, I can see now why this is going to be a TV miniseries.
Well, I think that's kind of an interesting approach, and they're doing 13, so it's pretty much they're just running it as an entire season of a TV series too.
Right. Yeah,
I kind of like that. I find that a little interesting.
It starts on CBS on June 24th, and it'll probably run, I guess, for 13 weeks. So
something like that. Hopefully, it won't be a piece of crap.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Stephen King TV adaptations because I just don't think that they're always that great. Hey,
I don't know. Storm of the Century was really good. I enjoyed
that one. So
well, screw you then.
Exactly. There's my problem. I'm just looking at this Warm Bodies poster or something, and I love the tagline, and it's probably been out there forever, but I just noticed it now. But bros before brains. Wow.
Right? Yeah. There's some real thinkers in that ad campaign.
I hate to say it, but if Rob Corddry was not in that movie, I probably would not want to see it.
Well, I actually don't know why I'm slightly intrigued to see it. I think it's just possibly to prove that I'm right, and it's Twilight, but with zombies.
Well, good. Then you can see it, and you can,
Well, it's not like I'm going to go out of my way. Most likely I'm going to end up being dragged to it, so.
Oh, the girlfriend. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Well, I have some non. I mean, it's non-horror news that I got to bring up because it's some releases for stuff. Well, not really, but are you a Star Wars fan by chance, sir?
I'm not the biggest fan. I enjoyed them.
Okay. Well, you did hear that J.J. Abrams is going to direct Episode 7, right?
I did hear that, and I really don't think they could have chose a better director, honestly.
I disagree. I think
really,
there's definitely a better director out there, sir.
Who would that be?
One of my idols. Kevin Smith, sir. I'll tell you why. Because Kevin Smith. I mean, I don't know how big of a how big a Kevin Smith fan you are.
I really like Kevin Smith,
well,
actually.
See,
so
I knew that we were destined to be friends here because Kevin Smith, I love that gentleman. He is my favorite. I love him. He loves Star Wars. He loves it. Why wouldn't you give it to him? Do you think he would?
I think it's honestly just. I guarantee he would do it. I think he would suck George Lucas's cock to do it. But I think the thing is that it's just his background and what he's done so far. I think that's probably why he's not been one of the major considerations.
But Cop Out was such a good movie.
Okay.
I didn't see it in theaters, but I bought the Blu-ray when it came out, so I did support it. But yeah, it wasn't the best, but I don't blame him because he didn't write it; he just directed it.
Yeah.
And also, this blows my mind because the release window, the theatrical release window between theatrical and DVD release seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Or it could just be because they're trying to capitalize on all the Academy Award buzz. But Zero Dark 30, which is one of the reasons that Texas Chainsaw 3D kind of just disappeared from the box office, is already set to be released on March 19th.
Damn, that's
You're
quick.
not kidding. You are not kidding. I mean, I didn't see this movie yet. I have a little interest to maybe check it out. So, but I mean, it has Jessica Chastain from Mama in it. So she seems to be popping up in everything since The Help. So.
Well, I think she just, I don't know. I think she's hot right now. But I think that you're kind of right, because that seems even quicker. If I remember right, Texas Chainsaw 3D is not even coming out until April, and usually horror movies like that get pushed out kind of quick.
You're kidding me. Where did you see a release date? Because I didn't even see a release date yet.
One of our listeners actually passed it along to me. I believe he said it was April.
Holy shit. Well, I'll be buying it then, because I didn't get a chance to see it theatrically.
I'm actually going to buy it, too.
Oh, dude, that's well worth a buy, I think. And I didn't even see the thing, but after hearing Dan talk
especially if they have an unrated version, definitely get that.
Do you think that they will?
I would bet they will.
Well, you know what? That's what we could talk about. Since I mentioned Jessica Chastain, I know you saw Mama, and I saw Mama.
Yeah, it was number 1 a week ago.
Yeah, and it was number 2 this past week.
Yeah, we may have been wrong about that earlier in the show, but yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
It was. Look, I went in thinking it was going to be horrible. Let's not pull any punches. I thought it was going to be bad, but it held my interest. I think that the acting was solid. I wasn't totally sold on a few things, and actually. A friend that I went to see it with brought up this point, and maybe you can help clarify it, John, because there was a scene where, Jessica Chastain's character, I forget her name at this point, but she leaves Lucas a message, her boyfriend, a message saying that she was heading up to the cabin or something like that, or maybe I got the two mixed up, but she's heading up to the cabin, and all of a sudden, there's no indication that he got this message. He just appears out of nowhere in the middle of the road.
Well, no, actually, if you guys are paying attention, his dream sequence tied in, and he was already on his way there, or wandering around the woods or something like that by the time she called him.
Well, that's a shame, because I was enjoying popcorn, so I probably missed that point.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with me. I mean, a lot of people were saying it was original and this and that. Honestly, as a big fan of horror, when you look at it in kind of a wide spectrum, it's not. You had a mix of creepy kids and kind of like J-horror ghost story. All right? There was a lot of Del Toro staples kind of going on, too, with the kids and the butterflies and stuff like that. But the third act is where it really picked up. And it had some really good jumps, and there was jump scares, and there was some good tension throughout it. The dream sequence with the female lead's character, that was really good. I really liked that a lot. The direction was pretty decent, I thought. There was one really good shot I liked a lot. When I went and saw it, the theater was actually 3/4 full, but there was really nobody screaming at all.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it seemed like it was kind of middle of the road, made for the general public. But, the kids were actually really good. They were creepy, but it fell apart at the end. It had this what the fuck Disney ending, honestly.
Well, I mean, I jumped. I won't pull any punches there. I jumped quite a bit, but that's only because, I do that. I jump like crazy. I'm nuts. But,
I'm not going to lie. During the third act, like I said, there was some good jump scares. I jumped too. But the ending, it fell apart at the ending for me. I mean, I was literally sitting in the theater during the ending, and I just actually said out loud, "Really?" And half the people turned around and looked at me because I was just sitting there you're really going to fucking end it this way. I mean, I really don't want to ruin it for anybody that's interested in it, but, I mean, my rating, upon reflecting on it, I'm going to have to say a 4 right now. And as I've said before, 4 means I'll probably check it out again, but it wasn't quite good enough to pull it through. I mean, it was a little slow in the beginning. The third act was good, but the ending, it just fell apart. That's what killed it to me.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit more generous. You give it a 4. I'm going to up it to a 6.
A 6?
I would say a solid 6.
I'm not going to argue with that, so...
I don't think I can give it more than a 6, but yeah, definitely a solid 6.
Yeah.
And our friends over at Synapse are going to be releasing 2 Dario Argento films to Blu-ray later this year. The first is Tenebrae from 1982. This is a film that has been... I mean, people have been clamoring for this to hit Blu-ray for a long time. I'm surprised Synapse actually picked it up, but they did. And also,
that's good.
Also, the 1985 film starring Jennifer Connelly and my friend Donald Pleasance called Phenomena, a.k.a. Creepers, is also coming to Blu-ray. I have a Blu-ray that was released by Arrow Video, which is a UK company. All their Blu-rays used to be region-free, so I could import it and it would play in my player. Now they're region B locked, so that's not going to work anymore. But I don't know if I'll pick the Synapse one up because the Arrow Video has a lot of great features. So I'll see. If the Synapse and Arrow are identical, then I will not be double dipping. But if not, then I will probably double dip. And speaking of Donald Pleasance, the one last news item that we have, well, at least with this news, then we'll move to something else.
Okay.
This coming Saturday, February 2nd, marks the 17th anniversary of the passing of Mr. Donald Pleasance. So, as you can tell, for me at least, I know people listening probably are laughing now and will not observe it, but I will be observing Mr. Pleasance's death this coming Saturday. And I invite all of you to join me and watch Halloween 6 or another of Donald's films on that day. He's been in close to 200 of them, so there's plenty to pick from.
All right. You know what, Mike? Just to throw you a bone here, if you let me know when, I will watch Halloween 6 this weekend with you. I mean, not together, because obviously we live on opposite sides of the state, but I will watch it too. And anyone out there that is interested, you can follow us on Facebook. Me and Mike both use Get Glue, and you can see what we're watching all the time.
And, well, see, you wouldn't want to watch it with me because I do cry, and I will cry a lot.
And when you're not blubbering like a little girl, you're probably saying all of Donald's lines.
Oh, yes, they're all committed to memory. His and Paul Rudd's Tommy Doyle's lines are as well.
All right, but this show is going to be slightly delayed in other news, simply because we're actually changing up our formatting. We're going to be releasing shows now every 10 to 12 days. And that's just scheduling-wise with this. It makes it a little bit easier. It allows us to get more guests, and it allows us to kind of be more interactive with our fans. So we hope everyone adjusts to this and really likes it. But also we have a lot bigger news, too, that I'm sure Mike would love to say to all of us.
Yes, as of, well, you know what, as of today, we'll say as of today, January 29th, starting in February, we will be featured on WWPM MediaNet, which is an internet radio station, so you can catch us on there as well as on The Devil's Eyes and YouTube. But we're hoping that this will help increase our audience, and hopefully we will spread to other internet radio stations as well.
Yeah, it's great news. I'm really happy about this, and I'm hoping that we just continue to grow.
I think we will, most definitely.
All right, but not to drag this out any longer, Mike got his pick for the movie, so my Contagious Movie of the Week pick for this week will be Fragile. It is on Netflix Instant. So anyone that wants to watch this and feel free to give us a call, shoot us messages, emails, anything about it, and we will be discussing it on our next show.
And then, after that, I believe we are going to let you, the listeners, pick the contagious movies of the week.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be our normal format. And Mike will get a pick, I'll get a pick, and then we'll leave it up to the fans. What we'll probably do is whatever the most popular vote is, we will go with that one.
Right. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on Netflix.
No, not at all. I'll go out of my way to watch whatever movie you guys suggest.
Right. Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty sure that I can track down whatever somebody would suggest, so we would be okay. But
yeah, even if I can't find it, I'm willing to bet
yes.
Mike can.
But, I mean, I guess, aside from that, now we just have to say a big thank you to, of course, thedevilseyes.com for picking us up doing this.
Absolutely.
I also want to thank, obviously, WWPM MediaNet and Jake Leonard for welcoming us aboard, letting us join their family, so to speak. And also, we'd like to thank Bill over at Horror Palace. You have been instrumental in helping spread the word, as well as Avery. We thanked him last time, but I will thank him again just because he's done so much for the show, and Cody and Justine for calling.
And just to clear that up real quick, Justine and I have an ongoing, long relationship. She's becoming fast friends with the show, and that's why I ridiculed her. So don't feel afraid to call in and that I'm going to be a prick to you, because unless you're a complete moron, I'm not going to be. It's just we already have a built relationship, and that's kind of our rapport. So
yes,
just letting everyone know.
Holy shit, Teaching Mrs. Tingle is coming out on Blu-ray January 27th. I'm sorry, I just saw that and I'm like, wow.
Okay, completely random. But yeah, we would like to thank all the sites that are supporting us right now, all our listeners, and Cody, Avery, Justine for calling in. And I personally would like to thank Dan Chase for being so supportive of myself and the show. So thanks, everyone, and so long.